I get it when a friend texts you at 2 a.m. asking, should I drop a few thousand on a big screen for the office lobby or my meeting room? You want to give a straight answer, not just a list of specs that sound impressive on paper. You're weighing the risk of splurging on something that looks great in the catalog but ends up gathering dust, and you're also thinking about whether the screen will actually survive the hustle of a 24-hour commercial space. If you want to see the exact model I'm talking about, the link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The Samsung QM65R is marketed as a 65-inch 4K commercial display that can sit on a wall for months on end, handling everything from corporate dashboards to video conference rooms. The first thing I did after hearing about it was scan a handful of forums where AV integrators talk about the day-to-day reality of running a signboard. The consensus was clear. You need a panel that can stay bright enough in daylight, doesn't suffer from ghosting after the screen's been on for hours, and can be managed remotely without a tech support nightmare. That's the kind of practical reality you want to know before you click Add to Cart. Let's talk about the real-world setup. Imagine you're the facilities manager for a mid-sized tech firm. You have an open plan area where you want to display real-time KPIs, a rotating feed of company news, and maybe the occasional celebratory video for milestones. The QM65R's non-glare panel is a solid win here. In my research, installers praised how the matte surface cuts down on reflections when sunlight hits the wall through large windows. It means you won't constantly be adjusting the brightness or fighting complaints from employees who claim the screen is too bright or hard to read. The 500 nit rating is respectable for most indoor environments. You'll get a clear picture in a well-lit lobby without needing a separate light-blocking curtain. Now, consider a conference room that runs Cisco WebEx meetings daily. The QM65R is listed as Cisco WebEx Room Kit compatible, which isn't just marketing fluff. In practice, that compatibility translates to a smoother integration. You can use the display as the primary video surface, and the built-in system-on-chip handles the handoff between the WebEx hardware and the screen with minimal latency. For a team that lives on back-to-back video calls, that reliability can shave minutes off each meeting's startup time, which adds up over weeks and months. One of the hidden trade-offs is the upscaling engine. Samsung's intelligent UHD Upscaling promises to take lower resolution content and make it look decent on a 4K panel. In the field, that means if your marketing team still uses 1080p videos for internal communications, the display will boost them without the pixelation you'd normally see on a consumer TV. The upscaling isn't a miracle worker, but it does keep older assets from looking outdated when they're projected onto a 65-inch canvas. On the downside, the 500 nit brightness, while fine for most office lighting, can start to feel washed out in a space with large skylights or direct sun exposure. Some reviewers who tried it in storefront windows mentioned they had to add external shades just to keep the image crisp. If your installation sits behind a glass wall that faces a busy street, you might need to budget for additional shading solutions. Another practical consideration is the lack of a built-in media player. The QM65R expects you to feed it content via HDMI, Wi-Fi, or an external player. That's great if you already have a digital signage server or a PC dedicated to content. But if you were hoping for a plug-and-play sign that runs on its own, you'll need to factor in that extra hardware cost. The upside is flexibility. You can connect any source you like, from a simple laptop to a networked media server that pushes out live feeds. It just means you have to plan the ecosystem, not just the screen. Installation is where the product shines. The slim, elegant design for easy-to-mount installation isn't just a talking point. It's a genuine benefit. The display is thin enough that you can mount it flush to the wall without an ugly bracket, and the cable management system lets you hide power and signal cables in a clean channel. For a corporate environment where aesthetics matter, think a sleek reception area. You'll appreciate how unobtrusive the unit looks once it's up. Installers also noted that the weight is manageable for most commercial wall mounts, which can save on structural reinforcements. Who should buy this? If you run a corporate lobby, a conference room that relies heavily on video calls, or a retail space where you need a reliable 24/7 sign, the QM65R checks the boxes. Its durability, backed by a 3-year warranty, means you won't be scrambling for a replacement the moment the first warranty expires. Companies that already have a digital signage workflow and are looking for a larger, sharper canvas will find the 4K resolution and upscaling particularly valuable. Also, if you're already invested in the Cisco WebEx ecosystem, the seamless compatibility can simplify your